Hi, welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be about the aftermath of the elections and what everyone is thinking online, what you can do after the aftermath, and I hope that this helps some out there. But first, hi, I'm Allicia, i.e. Allicia J, the walking talking baby doll, and hopefully I'm here to give you a good day or a better day. Okay. So today I'm hoping to share with you some commentary regarding the elections. It's causing a lot of emotional, disturbance a little bit, and I just hope that this is gonna help somebody so they don't feel alone. And also, this is gonna have some other things and tips to tell you, like what you can do, things that you kind of recoup from this. I do want to preference this and say that this is for those who are disappointed in the results of the election, and women. Men, you can watch this, but don't be commenting and all that kind of stuff. This is for women, and if this does not fit you, this is, you got what you wanted in the votes and the results. I'm sure that there are spaces that you can go and celebrate that and be in those spaces, but this space is strictly for those right now who I just referred to, and that's it. So you can leave now. Alright, I'm gonna get into it because this is gonna be a long video.
It's 3:08 in the morning. Bro. I'm so fucking mad. Y'all, you know what it really is, y'all. You know what it is. It's just I feel bad because the first thing I said out of my mouth was, God, where you at? Like, and I hate when my faith is tested because I feel so bad. I feel like questioning God because he's so good to me. Like, I owe everything to him. Like, my life could have been so different. And there is nothing in me that believes that that I was able to not break as a child after all the things that happened. But in times like this, I'm just like, where you at? Like, there's no way. There is no way. I don't think people understand. Not only did y'all put a racist, fascist, sexist, misogynist person in the White House, he also has the other two branches. He has every branch of the government. So if police kill your mama, your son, your sister, your brother, immunity. It don't matter. Who cares? Don't care what the cam footage say. Don't care. If you want to put your pink pussy hats and go to the White House and try to protest, you can't. It's illegal. You can't protest against your leader. If you get pregnant and it goes wrong and you need to terminate it, you can't in most states, in a lot of states. Wife and wife, husband and husband, they and they, them and them. What y'all gonna do? What's next? What's your plan? Will you even be really married in a year? will it be no? Like, this isn't me being, I'm not exaggerating. This isn't me being, don't tell me it's gonna be okay. I don't want to hear it's gonna be okay. I don't want to hear it. Like, I do not care. The only glimmer of hope or anything that I have is that he can never run again. This is it. But who says that doesn't spawn another him and another him and another him by the time he leaves? Who knows? You got 2 Supreme Court justices that are on the brink of retirement. They are going to leave before he leaves. So that means we have a Supreme Court that is filled with right-wing bigots for the rest of my life, for the rest of some of y'all kids' life, or the majority of it. And y'all just handed it to him. Y'all just handed it to him again, and then just handed it to him. We got the presidency, the Senate, the Congress. He gonna skate through this bitch, doing whatever, wreaking havoc with everyone that I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear God is in control, because where the fuck is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? And I have to go sit in this room with these people. I'm the only black person in this room, and I'm not saying this isn't I'm not saying anything about anybody. I don't even know my coworkers like that to know their political affiliations, or I just don't want to. I do not want to go sit in a space and be the only black person in that space and be feeling the way that I feel right now.
This is affecting the mental health of some, and do take the time and click off if you need to, but this whole video won't be doom and gloom. There's some people with some very important advice going forward, and these are ladies that I've listened to, I've trusted for years now, and they're great creators. So please just take some time for your mental health. As disappointing as it is, like, trust me, I'm thinking about my nieces and my nieces to come up and all this kind of stuff. So definitely it's a lot of things to reconsider, and lifestyle changes maybe that have to be taken into play. But I see some people crying out there, so I know it's hard, and this video is to give you a little bit of support.
You know, as sad as I am and as disappointed as I am in a lot of Americans, I'm also very sad for Kamala, because I know that she had literally every odd stacked against her, and she had literally like 3 months to try and win this thing, and she was working her ass off. Oh my God. She was working her ass off. Not only is she black, she's a woman. And to lose to a convicted felon. I said I'd never cry on the internet, but to have to be a woman and you have to be damn near perfect, and people are picking her apart for literally everything, while this man gets to be cruel, be vile, be a horrible human being, be a bad businessman, be a criminal, and get to be president. Like, how is that okay? Like, I just cannot wrap my brain around it. I really cannot. And I just don't understand how people don't see that. Like, just even on a moral level, he is not a good person. Like, no, you're never going to find a politician that you really like. He has literally brought out The worst in people. And if January 6th did not show you that, it's like some of y'all will never get to see it. And I'm so disappointed in some immigrants. He has said some of the most disgusting things about us. And some of y'all turned around and casted a vote for that man. When I say that, I'm so mad. I'm so angry. Because it's like, I know other people are mean and I know other people in this world are vile, but to see that there are so many, my level of trust is down. My level of faith is down. As a mom, I'm so sad. Oh, I'm so mad.
Oh, and black women, I bet not catch you marching for nobody in the streets these next 4 years unless it's for another black woman. You bet not take that cape off. I know we have a problem with just letting things be. When we see a problem, we got to solve it. We got to help everybody because that's what we have been trained and ingrained to do. Lay down. Rest. Let it burn. Let it go. Stop fighting. Because we put in the work. We've always been on the right side of history. We've been putting in the work since before we were even seen as humans. Let it go. Let it burn. Let them see. Because we've been saying it for years. Let them see. You better go lay down and relax. Let it go. Let it be.
Good morning. It's 6:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the day after Election Day 2024. And my party lost. The first thought I had this morning when I woke up and I turned on my phone and I realized that it was official. Donald Trump has won the election. My first thought was, girl, why are you surprised? The United States of America is like an abusive husband who always promises he's going to stop beating you and insists how much he loves you and yet keeps abusing you. And it never gets better. It always gets worse. So you just have to escape. You just have to leave. Leaving my country is not an option for me because the kind of work I do and the money I need to earn to survive, those skills are not translatable to an international market. So the next thought I had was, you're almost 50 and you're sterilized. You have a good job. You don't have any children to worry about. So you'll be fine. I thought, hey, by the time this stuff gets really bad, I'll probably be dead by then. My niece will not be. However, she has a parent who was born in the UK. Her father is English. So she can get a dual passport. So she can leave the country as soon as she's of age. Or she can, if it gets really bad, we can send her to school in the UK. And then she can just stay there. Because apparently since the price of eggs is more important than my life and my niece's life, okay. My well-being is more important than anything. Me and mine's well-being, more important than anything else, including the lives of everybody else. Message received, America. We got it. You don't give a shit about anything. But then I saw this woman, and I have a glimmer of hope. Watch this.
My ancestors went through 400 plus years of slavery, right? It is in my DNA to survive this. White women, you will not survive this. Black men, you will not survive this. The upside to a fully Republican government now is that you won't have anybody to blame but yourselves.
I hate that we have to do this again. I hate that we have to do this again. But the world sees Black women as mules, as just, workhorses to do everything they don't want to do themselves or can't do themselves. And this kind of crisis, we were built for this. We've survived it before. It's in our DNA. It's in our epigenetics. Survival is in our veins, flowing through our bodies. The original, the oldest mitochondrial DNA is in our bodies. As for the rest of y'all, good luck. Because I know for a fact, Black men aren't going to make it without our support. They've never been able to. It'll be interesting to see how Black men fare when Black women step away. I mean, really step away, which is what's about to happen. You won't survive. We will. It's almost like we were bred for it. Black women were the first human beings. We've been here since the beginning and we'll be here to the end. Can you say the same thing? Yeah, so good luck to you.
With all this going on, I kind of understood that Harris being a woman, that entirely was gonna just steal the whole, confidence, I guess, within most Americans to vote for her or whatever. But really, it's a lot of things that we haven't progressed in, apparently. So let's just talk about the things that we can do and how we can move forward as well. So I promised you this video wasn't all doom and gloom, so here we go.
Kamala's loss is actually a huge win for Black women. See, Donald Trump and all his supporters are solely focused on winning, okay? Like a true narcissist, the only thing narcissists care about is beating their competitors, okay? Nothing else matters except for winning. The narcissist never thinks about his or her consequences of their poor decisions. They just need to win at all costs. So over the next 4 years, anyone that voted for Donald Trump is going to suffer severe consequences for making an impulsive decision to vote for a known abuser, rapist, convicted felon. See, narcissists have a habit of throwing each other underneath the bus. Donald is going to throw his own supporters underneath the bus. They're going to f around and find out the severe consequences of their voting. Meanwhile, to all my Black women, we have to sift the pick-me women from hanging around us. I don't care what race or ethnicity the pick-me is, be it a Black woman, white woman, Hispanic woman, Asian. If she's a pick-me, she's our fucking enemy. The pick-me's secretly got in that booth and voted for Trump. So they all need to go down with all the abusive men that supported Trump. All we have to do is be quiet, stand still, deny access of our bodies and access of our energy. All we have to do is focus on ourselves, improving our financial status, save money, travel. Keep doing you. And it's also going to force us to reevaluate our relationships with our toxic family members, our friendships, even our business relationships. This is about morals, ethics, and good character. You don't want anyone in your inner circle or within close proximity who supports a rapist and an abuser. And there are many who have smiled in your face, pretended to love you, like you, and even befriend you, and they got in that booth and secretly voted for Trump. The movement to suppress Black women is astronomical. Black women are a threat to this society because we are that powerful. We are so powerful that we have Black women within our community that are willing to help abusive men suppress us and destroy us. Don't look at this loss and be sad. Look at it as a huge win. If black women would cut off access, the pick-me women will suffer along with the abusive men who supported Trump. Stand still, be in alignment, stand close to God over the next 4 years. Eat your popcorn because we're about to witness a show. Protect yourselves and you're going to be all right. Y'all got to trust God. Trust God through this entire process because they might have won the election, but God's going to punish them severely. The consequences for supporting Trump are going to be huge, massive to anyone that supported him. And we're going to watch God act the damn fool and show them who's really in charge. Y'all be blessed. Stay strong, ladies.
So this is what we're doing. To my liberal women who voted for Harris, no more kitty cat for moderate men. These are just Republicans pretending to be moderate because they realize that they can't get laid. No more kitty cat for men who didn't vote, and especially no kitty cat for Republicans. We can't even afford to breathe near these men at this point. Number 2, go to Donald Trump's Instagram page and see which of your friends is following him. Remove those friends and block the men. We are no longer helping influencers and celebrities who support Donald Trump or decided to abstain this election or tried to be apolitical. Not only do you need to unfollow them, but you need to block them. Bye, Alex Earl and Kardashians. If you're a woman who doesn't want children, you need to have your tubal ligation scheduled yesterday. You have 3 months. This isn't a joke. And if you're a young woman who doesn't want to have babies anytime soon, get that birth control implant that lasts for 5 years. Or an IUD. One form of birth control that a man has access to, aka condoms, is basically no birth control. And if you're considering divorcing that man, do it now. You may not have that option. Women already have a hard time leaving their abusers. It's about to get way harder because they're coming after a no-fault divorce. If you are a woman with any financial or hiring power, hire a woman. I don't care if you're hiring someone off of Fiverr to fix your resume. Make it a woman because those women in developing countries need the dollars. We have to uplift each other financially because that's the main thing that they're going to attack. Even reproductive rights is about cutting women off from money because they know that if a woman has her own money, she most likely isn't going to stay with a man. Save, save, save everything that you can because we are about to hit some shaky times, ladies. And if you have access, try to open a foreign bank account. If you think that women suffer at the hands of men now, you have no idea what's coming.
People have spoken. All I can say to myself and fellow women, and if I may, to the Black community, is I hope we are ready to fight. And I don't mean for America, I don't mean for these, I mean to protect yourself. Because especially as far as women go, we have no rights anymore. You need to prepare yourself for survival. I say this as somebody who immigrated here from Ukraine. And what I've learned from my ancestors is that sometimes it's really all about survival. Things are going to get worse before they get better. And they may not get better at all. My country, my people haven't known a moment of peace probably in their entire existence, as far back as I've been taught. So let me just tell you, like, my body is in lockdown mode. Like, I'm fully in fight mode. The men have told us how they feel. The white people have told us how they feel. Both of these demographics would rather vote a felon, a convicted felon, who used campaign funds to pay off a porn star that he slept with while his wife was pregnant back in office after mishandling a pandemic. After industry deregulations that have lowered the quality of products across the country, he's back in office because people would rather see that man come to power than to vote for a Black woman. Believe it or not, Trump actually lost voters in this election. It's just that, especially in those swing states, so many blue votes didn't turn out. And that's your liberal white men for you, your liberal white women, and all the conservative white women that said they were going to cancel out their husband's vote. That's who that is. And all the people that would rather vote for Jill Stein than vote for a Black woman. All the people that showed up for Joe Biden but didn't show up for Kamala Harris. That's who has told you exactly how they feel. Make no mistake about it. And treat those people accordingly. And first and foremost, protect yourself. I already said it in another video, but it's time. It's time to take your self-protection very seriously. The only rights that you may even have left in this country, specifically the Second Amendment, those are the rights you have left. So exercise them. You still have your First Amendment's rights, so exercise them. Speak the fuck up. Talk to the women around you, build community, and start preparing for the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. This is how you have to do it. And this next part, I'm saying very specifically for white people, and even more specifically for the white people that are acting like this is the end of the world somehow. I have bad news for you. It can get a lot worse. I don't need to tell this to the POC communities. I don't need to tell this to the Black community. So I'm speaking to the white women and the white people that are like, this is the absolute end of the world. It's absolutely not. Let me just tell you, y'all have a long way to go down in America. Things can deteriorate to a point that is hard for some of y'all to imagine. When I was born in my country, my mom had to stand in line for bread. She had a little ticket and she had to stand in line for bread. Same with shoes. And you would just get whatever size shoe they had. They didn't care what size you were. They would just give you a pair of shoes. My grandma was born during a time that my people were being starved out by the Communist Party. And people were literally eating rats because they had no access to any other type of food. So it can get worse. It can get a lot worse. And people have lived through that. There are people in countries all across the world right now that are living through much, much, much worse. And they don't even have the means to protect themselves. So really take that seriously and protect yourself. Take a self-defense class. Go buy what you need to buy to protect yourself. And get ready. Like, it's going to be a long winter. It's going to be a long 4 years. But let's not sit here and pretend like this is the end of the world. It can get worse. Okay, if we act like this is the end of the world and we give up, it's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. If you want things to get better, you have to fight. If you want things to get worse, you can just give up and do nothing. And I wouldn't blame you, but things are only going to get worse. So even in that case, still protect yourself. And please stay safe out there. I love you so much. Godspeed.
Whether you support 4B or whatever, 6B going forward, which you can help support 6B by liking, sharing other women's content, including my content. Like this video up, share this video, send it to people. I will list the creators down below because I do believe that all these women are very educated women. They're very smart, intelligent. Majority of them I have followed for a very long time, and they've given me courage and taught me things that I was doing before I even knew what it was. You know what I mean? So please support them, support their content, like this content, and keep the education going, you guys.
If you were involuntarily celibate before, wait until you see what women are like when they realize that having one of your babies could cost them their life. Oh, you definitely won't be getting any. And you know what? It's what you deserve. Now these women can focus on their careers. They can focus on their female friendships. You already hate the fact that there are rich aunties out there, child-free and happy. You just made even more of them. You said you were going to get your passport, but you didn't do that. You said there's no need. You can change the laws right here. Good luck with that, because these women aren't risking it. But shout out to the child-free women who are really appreciating the life that they're living, where they're not with a man who thinks that everything that has to do with that child is your responsibility. You thought that you were really going to stick it to women, but what you really did was you're going to let them realize how amazing life is for some of them without children. Some of your genes do need to die off. So I know you wanted a legacy. You wanted a little mini-me to be as mediocre as you are. Now you won't even get that.
I know we're going to be pontificating on the ramifications of this election for a little while now, but it's going to have some real life ramifications for people. This person, I don't know if this is a man or a woman, but they are a high school teacher for English. And they said 20 minutes into class, and I already have a kid telling Hispanic students they're going to get deported. This was in the teachers subreddit. I can't imagine what it's like to be teaching in a red state right now, today. Is going to be wild. All right, so this teacher says, I am speechless. I don't even know what to flare this. It definitely isn't humor, and I guess I need support. I told him to be quiet, and he's like, why? That's his biggest policy. And honestly, he's correct. That's what the man ran on and why he got elected. So now comes the rampant bullying, I'm sure. And I'm in a blue area of a very red state, but still, I'm not sure how to do today. And we're going to be taking this because today is just, trying to figure out life and stuff. But he's not even in office yet. So it's about to be wild. And I'm doing this resigned laugh, because we're just going to be watching what happens. Gold Repair says, of course, come down hard. It doesn't matter who got elected and what their policies are when it comes to the students bullying their peers. And the OP says, oh, I did. Absolutely. But considering that this is already happening, I don't know. It's just a lot. Scottish Knight says, hey, that kid already has president potential. Bullying minorities, does he come from a wealthy family and will be handed a silver spoon, but still complains life is unfair to him and how good he is at developing concepts of plans. So this person posted in the Black Ladies subreddit, and I am a Black woman, and I have a global community, and this is just wild. But she says 4-year break from 2025 to 2029. She says, I think it's time for Black women to clock out and take a break. No more helping others, no more trying to explain, trying to be heard. Let's wrap it up and be selfish. Let the world figure things out without us, and let's just focus on us. I have a global female community in my spaces. So this is definitely going to be challenging, because I know that as a Black woman, I know how we voted. And it is exhausting. It's exhausting knowing that Black women will overall overwhelmingly get on code. And we are fighting sexism and racism in this country. And it is kind of disheartening. And I do know and understand why other Black women are just like, it's us against the world. But our numbers are so small as Black women. At this particular point, I do understand Black women stepping back and saying, you know what? I'm tired. Let everybody else do it. High Key on Linux says, my response from now on, when any marginalized group that voted for him only to complain when their gets rocked is going to be, welp. Demi J says, not going to lie. It effing unalive me to see so many Latinos speak out only after someone called PR garbage. Like, y'all were fine with him denigrating Black immigrants, though. Miss me with all that. Majority of Latino men supported that man, nearly as many as white men. Neat Fit says, yes, the Hispanic community is racist, so they don't care what Trump says about them because they see themselves as white. I call this functional whiteness, which includes functional color card. Princess of Doll says, I think Black women should stay out of the mix. Don't go running to the rescue of people who get what they voted for. We have a habit of pumping our fist and defending others, but that loyalty is rarely returned. You got to sit on your You got to sit on your fingers. I know that, people are going to want to talk about all the injustices and things that are going on, but at some point, these other groups are going to have to do something. And that goes for the Black men that wanted this. There are lots of Black men that did want this. I don't think that their numbers would have been enough to really change the equation of things, but a lot of men wanted this. He was speaking to the manosphere type, the red pill type, the disaffected groups, these people that were were covering with the whole loneliness situation. So, at some point, this whole 4B situation will have to probably take root. If this is what they wanted, then, this is going to be their country for a little while. This was in the Ask Feminists subreddit. They said, why are white women supporting Trump? According to the NBC exit polls, Trump won with white women 52%. Is it the internalized misogyny, being pressured by their spouses? I don't even live in the U.S., but I'm concerned for my Filipino family there. As a woman of color, white women disappoint me. And, some of us were actually kind of optimistic, like, you know what? White women got this. They came for the childless cat ladies, and they're pushing through this misogyny. We really thought that. I don't know, y'all. This has been something. I thought that they were talking about the whole gender gap, and women were coming out strong, and that meant something, but it didn't mean anything. And considering that white people are 71% of the population overall, right? So with 55% of them voting for him is really nothing that we could have done to overcome that. This literally had to be more white women voting with Kamala Harris than Trump. But white women voted for whiteness versus being a woman. Black people, we came out 86% voting blue. And then we get into all of this other, voting. Like, look at this Hispanic Latino line. 45% voted with the red. American Indian, this seems off. This can't be true, can it? But regardless, they're 1% of the population. So it's not like their numbers dramatically did anything. It was this 71% white and Christian. So we got Protestants voting 71% for red. We got Catholics voting 60% for red. So I have been talking about the fact that we are a Christo-fascist nation, and it's literally just apparent that this is what they want. They want Project 2025, and we're about to see the fallout of Project 2025. So for oh my gosh, as an agnostic Black woman, this is just going to be challenging to watch. But I know that at least I'm in a situation where I could just up and leave if necessary. Like I can navigate this country. But what about everybody else that are stuck in these states that can't just get up and move? Where are you going? Some of these people definitely voted against their own interest, and they're going to have to live with that vote. This is bigger than just getting Trump elected. It's going to impact schools. It's going to impact the medical community. It's going to impact infrastructure. It's going to impact so many different things. But this is what they voted for. I don't know what else to say, but yeah, this is the country that we live in. We live in a Christian country that is built on racism and sexism. And we got the results. The numbers don't lie. This is who we are. This is who America is.
More than half of all women showed up, but a majority of white women did not vote for Clinton. In real numbers, more white women voted for Trump than white men. Let that sink in. More white women voted for Trump than white men. So every time we try to blame men for what is happening right now, it was white women who did this. If you didn't vote for Trump, okay, I didn't. But collectively, we are not trustworthy. We're not. Had white women voted like other women, the gender barrier to the nation's highest office would have been broken and Donald Trump would not have become president. In 2024, because of the Trump presidency, many women for the first time find themselves living in a country where abortion is illegal. We have women literally dying in their cars, dying from miscarriages, dying all over the place. That's on our people. Seeing stories now of women, even those who wanted their pregnancies, bleeding out, dying, nearly dying, or losing their ability to ever have children. Infant mortality rates have risen since Roe was overturned and millions of women lost abortion access. Because of the Trump's presidency, many Black Americans, for the first time in their lives, find themselves living in a country where affirmative action is illegal, leading to the elimination of race-conscious policies across American institutions that were born of the civil rights movement, leaving many fearing that already gaping racial opportunity gaps will get way worse. So again, we are literally turning things back because of our refusal to do what we need to do when asked to do it. It is not incidental that the reversal of women's rights has coincided with the backlash against Black Lives Matter protests in 2020. The rollback in civil rights for Black Americans and the conservative anti-diversity crusades, this the woke, and they're like, it's all dog whistles. They just say like woke or, God, I can't think of the other ones. There's so many. It's like, exactly what they're saying. They just hide it behind those words. Historical patterns suggest that just as Black women are vital to Black movements, sorry, I'm like really struggling to read this. Y'all, maybe I should pull out my granny glasses. Hold on. Okay, here we go, y'all. Perimenopause in full effect here. oh, this is so much better. The whole time I was like, just as Black women are vital to Black movements, so Black movements are vital to the progress of feminist movements. So all the time in my comments, white women will come in and be like, not everything's about white supremacy. Why are you talking about white blah, 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 blah? Because it's like makes them feel bad. This right here. I mean, besides just like we should care. This right here. When we don't care, nothing happens. When we care about civil rights, and especially Black movements, everyone benefits from that. When we don't care, we go nowhere. We have to deal with this stuff. We have to deal with this stuff. Just as like, you know, okay. Dealing with like trauma from family and dealing with my past and my own personal healing is a critical part of my journey. This stuff is critical too. Because if I do just this stuff and then I don't deal with like my codependency and my healing stuff, I'm actually going to be dangerous in any movements. Because I'm going to project all of, like, I'm going to be so triggered because of my past that I don't understand. And so, and the same thing goes, if I deal with my past and my codependency, but I don't learn about this stuff, I'm also dangerous. I have to be deconstructing, like, collectively this indoctrination and my own personal stuff. That to me has been life-changing, is to deal with the whiteness, white supremacy. When I say whiteness, a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about. It is just like the thing that was created. The thing that was created, especially in the New World, especially in the United States, that is all about white supremacy culture. When I started to deconstruct all at the same time, first I was doing this stuff, and then didn't know how much healing I had to do, and so I got stuck. So then I focused on my healing, and then I was like, but it feels empty without this. So I'm trying to do both at the same time. And I encourage anybody who really wants to feel liberated and not be this person that you don't want to be, focus on both. Feminism has always had the greatest currency in times of Black militancy or immediately thereafter. Conversely, new gains for women... Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, there we go. New gains for women become more difficult to attain when Black issues are not high on the national agenda or the national consciousness. In 2020...
So all in all, I hope that this video provided like just at least some relief, some information, some new people that you can also identify with, and what you can do going forward, and just kind of give yourself a break for today, the week, whatever. I don't know, call in work, I don't know, say you're sick. Like, give yourself some time to like really just let it kind of sink in and do what it's gonna do. And trust me, I'm already thinking about how this is gonna change my life and things that I have to be stricter on in my lifestyle, and just stuff that I really wasn't looking forward to be honest with you. But maybe a rose will rise out of concrete from this, and something will change. Somebody who can demolish it. Finally. But share if you can, comment, like, and subscribe. Send Cash App, send me donations, anything like that. If you want to support other women, support these women as well, as much as you can. All their names will be below again. And thank you for watching, and I'm sending you all my love and hope for the future. Also, I will either be creating another page or something related to these topics, because I think this is my tipping point in now to also come out and start speaking about these situations and things that I've seen in media. So please follow so you can stay up to date with the things that I'm doing and get the information that I'm putting out. Thanks, and see you on the next one.